Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Kristen, in case you haven't been here before. Thanks for joining us. As you can see by the title, this tutorial is going to be all about lid space and maximizing that lid space, especially for hooded-eyed people like myself. This is nothing new or revolutionary, but I thought I would, take a few minutes and talk about it. If you're here for hooded eyes, or if you're just here because you like how this tutorial looks, I hope you enjoy it, and let's jump into it. So to start, I am taking the Radioactive shadow, or pressed pigment, from the Melt Radioactive stack. I'm using a Zoeva blending brush and slowly building up pigmentation in my crease. This is a slow process and I only show you the beginning of it because it's just a lot of back and forth. So I start out with the pink and I slowly build up the color. I use a skin tone color to make sure my brow bone stays clean because that's a really important part of the shape. And then I go in with Hellatronic from Sugarpill, which is a beautiful blue loose eyeshadow, and I start building up the colors in the crease once more with a smaller blending brush and just kind of go back and forth until I really get the pigmentation I'm looking for. This will get messy and it will take a while, especially when you're trying to maintain the shape you created, but it's worth it, and just take your time with it, especially if it's your first time using really bright colors. Boom. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how pigmented it is here. I'm happy with the shape. As you can see, I go really high up to my brow and then I wave out kind of like a wing at the end. And then I am now going in with the NYX Jumbo pencil in Black Bean. I blend it out with my finger, and then I take the Dark Matter shadow from the Dark Matter stack from Cosmetics, and I just pack that black shadow on, and then I go back in with my two other colors, Hellatronic and Radioactive, and I just start blending out the edges until I am once again satisfied with the color, with the blending, just everything. It's a lot of back and forth. If you're not comfortable necessarily blending it all the way up to your eyebrow, just take it in small steps. When I first started kind of maximizing my lid space, I started out just kind of going a bit above my lid and then a bit further above my lid. And I would get trapped in my crease, and I finally not trapped in my crease, I just completely ignore my crease. So hopefully if that's something you want to do, you can get there. As you can see, I carved out my new fake lid with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, and I'm now using a pigment called Daydreaming by DANESSA MYRICKS, and it is beautiful and lovely. I use a small brush to pack it on because it enables me to pack it more, and it also gives me more control over the shape I create and with blending, and again, it's a lot of back and forth. Nothing shocking. I also go in with my finger and add that pigment because I really want it to pop, I want it to be intense, and I didn't feel like it was as intense as I wanted it to be with just using the brush. And now I'm going in with Hellatronic, the Sugarpill pigment, just blending it out, adding a little blue on top of the Daydreaming pigment, which I think is really, really pretty, adds a nice extra level of dimension. It's personal preference. As you can see, I kind of have it all over that top portion of the pigment, and I just think it looks stunning. Going back in with Radioactive, just making sure everything is blended. I want the colors to be blended, but I still want them to be separate. I still want you to be able to distinguish the Hellatronic versus the Radioactive and the pigment itself. So you clean out all the fallout, and then this is honestly like my favorite part because it's just so satisfying to clean that off. It's like making really nice wing liner. Just use some concealer and clean that up. Pretty super duper easy. This whole time I'm also making sure that my shapes match my other eye, especially since this is such a shape oriented look. That's a really important part of the whole process. And I tried to do my wing liner, like I really tried, and then I basically got stressed out and did it off camera. I tried though, you guys. But for my second video, but look, it looks great. So the liner is also a little bit difficult just because you have to angle it away from your shadows. And just take your time with it. It's really all I can say. Now I'm taking Junkshow, which is a glitter liner from Urban Decay, and I'm just basically putting it on top of the black. Kind of leaving a few little edges. It's an aesthetic thing, however you want to do it. You don't have to use these colors, you don't have to use these glitters. You can do this with any color, really. It could be a neutral eye. And now I'm taking Too Faced Glitter Insurance, popping that on the inner corner, and then taking Star Crushed Minerals Champagne Wishes Glitter, which I think is a really pretty silvery glitter, just to put on the inner corner there for a little extra pop. Okay, so then for the lower lash line, I just used the same 3 colors we used on the upper lid, minus the Daydreaming pigment. And I really failed at filming this, but I created a faux shadow and popped on some lashes, and that's pretty much the end of it, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!